Hello friends, welcome to the learning platform Claim IAS. Today, in this lecture number 2 of Plato, we are going to discuss theory of justice. Here, Plato has used methodology of dialectics to derive the theory of justice. He engages various characters in the dialogue and derives the meaning of justice. So, Plato have used various methods such as dialectic methods, and he engages various characters. These characters we are going to study in upcoming slides, and the dialogues so these all they combine to form a justice. And the most prominent work means most, if you see various works have been done by Plato, such as the Statesman or the Republic. So one of that is the Republic. So in the Republic, most famous work, Plato, where he gives the theory of ideal state. The subtitle of Republic is concerning justice. So the subtitles of Republic is only concerning justice. Means you can understand that how important was justice to Plato. It was more important. It was more important for Plato to know about justice. How can he bring justice among the people? And the first character that we are going to study here is Thrasymachus. Here, according to Thrasymachus, justice is an interest of stronger. It also means might is right. It means those who are in power, whatever rules they make, become justice. For example, let's take example, friends. For example, a ruling government is there, and whatever policies that he makes, it is the all policies are in the favor of that ruling government. So, do you think that there will be a justice? No, there will be no, there won't be any justice. That is what Thrasymachus is saying. But Plato says and counters the statements of Thrasymachus and says that government is an art and any art aim at advantage of its recipients. Therefore, government can't ignore its citizens. So he says that government is making the policies for the citizens of its country or the citizens of its society in order to have welfare for the citizens. And the second character, that is glutton. Glutton here, according to glutton, justice is the interest of weak. It means that those who were weak could not defend themselves from strong. Here also Plato counters and says it is wrong to think that only weak requires the state because both strong and weak are part of state and both require to live under state. Why? Because if here you see friends, here not only weak, every individuals are dependent on each other. Therefore, everyone needs the state. Everyone needs the justice. So justice is not only here for weak or strong. It is for everyone because we all are dependent in the society. Therefore, Plato rejects the idea of glutton. And the third character is Cephalus. Here, according to Cephalus, justice consists of speaking truth and paying one debt. So here, that is justice consists of speaking truth. That is good. Yes, we do agree about this. But paying one debt, let's understand this. Here, Plato gives an analogy of gun and insane man in this case, adhering to definitions said above could violate the righteousness. Therefore, this can't be taken as universally sound definitions. He says, for example, you have borrowed a gun from a man, and after a few days, the man got turned mad. And when you are returning those gun to the same man, there is high probability that he is going to misuse the gun. Why? Because his mental state is not well. So he is going to harm someone. So there, giving or paying the debt would not be justice here. And therefore, Plato rejects the Cephalus statements. So the fourth character is Polemarchus. According to Polemarchus, justice is doing good to friends and harm to enemies. Justice is doing to friends is good. That is good. We do agree about that. But harm to enemies is not good. It is not justice. Here, Plato argument, if you see, Plato asks, how can one know that a friend is real friend and not an enemy? So, friends, what Plato saying that the person you are considering that he's your friend, he might not be your friend, he might be enemy. So there it, if you treat him like he's your friend, that would be injustice. So same thing, here I would like to explain you, friend, that one may not know who is enemy and who is friend. So doing here anything like harming enemies or doing good to friends may not be justice, because justice is virtue. It is goodness to every individuals. So doing injustice to enemies is not justice. Therefore, it is only be applied individually and not socially. So it is good to think about individually. If you see it is okay, but not socially or publicly. It is okay to harm enemies. So therefore, this statement is rejected by Plato. So after understanding the various characters and the arguments between those characters and Plato, we have a doubt that yes, Plato is doing argument that this is wrong, this is right. What is reality and what is Plato's theory of justice? Let's understand here. So the first one is the purpose of Plato is to make Athens an ideal state. Ideal state has to be based on the idea of justice, perfect idea of justice. Here, see, friends, actually the main objective of Plato is to make an ideal state, to bring the glory back of Athens, because Athens got defeated in the war of Peloponnesians. Here, Sparta won the war. So the conditions were very bad. So Plato's objective was to bring back the glory of Athens. So in the second point, Plato talks about perfect idea of justice. Here, perfect idea of justice cannot be understood by observing the worldly ideas, because this is a world of imperfections. Nothing is perfect here. The perfect idea of justice will be a God idea of justice. So here, Plato resembles perfect idea of justice with God ideas of justice. And if we look at third point here, to define just soul, we have to understand the purpose of justice. Justice is a virtue, excellence. To achieve excellence, we need peace and harmony. See, friends, every individuals in nowadays needs excellence in their life. How can one achieve excellence? One can achieve excellence through the peace and harmony, proper stability, proper peace in the society. So that is what Plato is saying. So if we look at point number 4, idea of justice in the state should be application of idea of justice found at level of individuals, reason dominating courage and appetite, and it can be applied by categorizing people on the basis of qualities of soul, spiritual qualities. There are three qualities, as we know, friends: men of gold, silver, and copper. Here, basically, in point 4, Plato says that every individuals, as per their quality, they have to work. Means like men of gold, they have to make the rules. Silver, they have to go for security purpose, like copper, that is producing classes. So these were they have to do their own duties. So if we look at point number 5, in just state men of gold will rule over men of silver and copper. That is very true, friends. Gold means here qualities of gold is nothing but to make the rules. If someone will make the rule, someone has to implement and someone has to work here. Who will implement here? Some people has to implement, and who have to safeguard that? Safeguard will be done by silver classes, and silver classes will give security to even copper classes. Who are copper classes? The producing class. And who what producing class will do? Producing class will give the necessity things to the gold class, that is ruling class. So this all work under gold classes. So this is what Plato says, that gold will rule over the silver and copper. And next we move further. Here, let's have a look here, that fundamental principles of justice. It is also very important. The first one is stationing or the positioning. So here, Plato says people should be positioned according to their quality. Quality in the sense who have whose the reasons are prominent, or the courage is prominent, or appetite. The person in whose regions are prominent are fit to be the ruler. So the position should be given as ruler. Here, if the person's courage is prominent, he should be given to serve as a security. And a person with appetite prominent are fit to be the producer class. So he should be given the position of producing class. So the first step is completed, that is stationing or positioning. After giving the after position is given, now there is a functional specializations. So here every individual will perform his duty according to the positions that were assigned in them. So the first process, that was positioning. So whatever the position is given to the individuals. For example, if a person is assigned to go for ruling, he should only go for ruling. Means if the person's courage is prominent there, so he should go for security purpose like appetite. So depends, means whatever positions is given, that individual has to work for that only. From giving positions to working as a specialized manner, now the third one comes here is non-interference, where there is non-interference when everyone is doing their duty, so that they can remove anarchy in society to make the system work peacefully. So here non-interference will lead to harmony in the society. It will become a virtuous state, and the society will be very peaceful, and it will help to achieve their excellence in the society. This is the reason they have mentioned that there should be no interference in the work. So next we move further, that is characteristics of justice. So as per Plato's characteristics of justice, justice is nothing but a supreme virtue. And the second one is justice is righteousness, means whatever work is done, that should be ethically and morally, that should be right. So next one, whatever quality is prominent in soul, so that should be done. Like if the quality is like appetite or courage, whatever is prominent there, so that should be done. Means the work should be done on the prominent of the quality of soul. So here, justice is nothing but justice is equivalent to the duty. One should perform his duty in a right manner, in an ethical manner, in a moral, means one should have always performed or performing, means whoever is doing the duty, he or she should be performing his duty in a ethical manner. That is what he is giving a comparison between justice and duty. So next we move further, that is criticism of Plato of theory of justice. So one thing is clear, friends, where there is theory, there is criticism. So as we know, friends, Plato is an idealist thinker. Sometimes Plato is also known as utopian thinkers. So Varkers commented and said that justice of whom Plato speaks is not really justice. So whatever Plato is saying that it is all about justice is not at all justice. That is what Barker says here. How he says, let's understand. Plato's concept of justice has another drawback. That is, the guardian class endowed with wisdoms will predominate over the entire society. It is very common experience that the persons or class controlling administrative affairs of the state will ultimately establish hegemony over entire society. Here, Plato's theory of justice lack legal legitimacy. It means there is no legal legitimacy in the theory of justice. His theory is all about moral values that may not always find fruition streams. So a system without legal legitimacy cannot perform its duty in a proper manner. So it is not truly just justice. That is what Walker is commenting on Plato's theory of justice. So this is what is all about the theory of justice, about Plato. So, thank you, friends. Stay continued. And the next lecture that we are going to take, that is lecture number 3, that is theory of education and theory of communism. Thank you.